Howdy, howdy, YouTube, and welcome to Road to 345, Episode 1, my road to a 3-plate bench, 4-plate squat, and 5-plate deadlift. If you guys follow me on any of my socials, you've probably seen this series already going on for a little bit. I've been posting recaps on Sundays. However, I'm going to move it to YouTube in more of a long-form content and show you guys a little bit more of the workout, a little more behind the scenes, and hopefully can explain some of my thought process, tips, forms, all that stuff to you guys in a less rushed form. So, if you're new here, last November, I competed in my first bodybuilding show. Through that prep, I used ChatGPT to coach me through it, going through week to week and having it adjust my macros and calories and all that stuff based on my weight from the week. I would take a CSV file, upload it to ChatGPT, have it evaluate it, and make adjustments. So we're going to kind of take that process, and I've transitioned it to a powerlifting routine, kind of a mix of powerlifting, power building, still kind of doing bodybuilding stuff. So I went to ChatGPT, had it create me an 8-week split to get me acclimated again to lifting heavy and doing powerlifting movements again. I hadn't bench, squatted, or deadlift in well over a year for the most part. So it created me an 8-week program starting at very low weights, working my way up. For reference, my all-time PR on bench is like 300 pounds, squat is 405, and deadlift is 480. This block, I think I started bench at 195, maybe 205. Squat was like 275 and deadlift was 315. So definitely way below, but it was good to slowly work my way up. Just finished the 8 weeks and hit a bench PR, or not really a PR, but my max bench was 275. Squat was 365. And deadlift was 455. So those are our numbers going forward. We're going to take those numbers, give them to ChatGPT, tell them this is what we did over the 8 weeks, create me a new program for the next 10 to 12 weeks, and we're going to go off of that. So I actually already uploaded this stuff to ChatGPT. This is my second time filming it. Unfortunately, my mic was not plugged in and my camera died the first time. So we're just going to kind of talk about what it created for me and what that plan is going to look like going forward. So when doing something like this with ChatGPT, you have to be very specific with what you want. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that when you use AI. The first message I sent to it, it created me a program, which was what I asked for, but it was jumping immediately to, after 8 weeks, ending at my 345 goal, which I know is not possible. I'd be very shocked if I was able to add on 30, 40 pounds to my bench over 8 weeks, 40, 50 pounds to my squat and deadlift over 8 weeks. So I took a couple of iterations and kind of refinement and specifying what exactly I wanted. I eventually ended up going into a new chat and just telling it, start from scratch, this is what we're going to do, this is what I want, create me a plan. Once again, took a couple more tries. It was doing very linear jumps. So it'd be, 225 for 5, and then 235 for 4, and then 255 for 3, which is not exactly what I wanted. You need some alternation between just strict weight increases and also volume increases. So bench, squat, deadlift, they all start off around RPE 6. Fairly lightweight, 225 for 5 on bench, 285 for 5 on squat, 365 for 4 on deadlift. As we go through each week, if I have to adjust the weights to kind of meet more of the RPE target, I will. But this is kind of a good starting point going forward. For bench at the end of week 10, this is going to be a 10-week program. The goal is 295 to 305. Squat is 385 to 395. And deadlift is 465 to 475. So we will see how that goes throughout these 10 weeks. I have bench tomorrow. This is the start of the block tomorrow. As a side note, I am only going to be benching, squatting, and deadlifting once a week. I know with a traditional powerlifting program, you'd be doing it, multiple times, where you'd have a primary bench day and a secondary bench day, and same for squat and deadlift. That's not exactly something I want to do. I want to do kind of a little bit more of like a power building, so still kind of hitting a lot of typical bodybuilding movements. So I'll do like my bench on one of my push days or chest days, and then like a inclined dumbbell to hit some more of the upper chest on my secondary or second bench day. Similar with like legs, I'll be doing squats one day, and then the other day will be more of a hamstring focus. So that's kind of my plan going forward. As we go forward, I will take you guys through my programming and stuff like that. Let me know any kind of long form content you guys want to see. If you guys want to see exercise breakdowns, if you guys want to see meal planning, meal prepping, grocery hauls, whatever you think is going to be most useful, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to make content for, is how I can help you guys progress in the gym and achieve your goals. So with that being said, as always, all my socials are going to be down below. A like, comment, subscribe, all those would be greatly appreciated. If you guys are new here, if you guys have been following along my socials for a little bit, thank you for checking this out. I appreciate all the support so far, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, we got the first bench session of the block going down. I think today is 225 for 5 at like an RPE 6, so we're going to go ahead, start warming up, and we will see how it feels. This should be a good judge of how the rest of the block will go to be. These first 2 weeks where I kind of do the first heavy and first volume set should be a good judge of where the RPEs actually are and how the rest of the block is going to go. So go ahead, start warming up. See how everything is feeling today. One of the things I really want to try to work on this bench split is going to be incorporating my leg drive a little bit more. So probably going to be playing around with that a little bit, at least for these first couple weeks. See how that feels, if I can make any improvements there. Try more of a flat foot stance. See how that feels. Yeah, I definitely don't like the flat foot as much. I'm going to be going back to on my toes, I think. All right, go ahead, do the top set, 225. Should be an easy 5, hopefully. Warm-ups feel good. This should be easy, so let's see. Oh, all right. It's maybe a little bit closer to like an RPE 7 there, but overall that moved pretty good. I'm gonna do 2 back down sets. If I just do the same reps, just dropping the weight for my back down sets. So I'll do 215 for 5 and then 205 for 5. And that'll be it for bench, not a whole lot of volume today. All right, last set. Let's get it. Should be easy. 205 for an easy 5. All right, that's a wrap on the first bench session. So that being said, we'll see you guys for squats next. All right, back for day 2. We got squats today. Today is 285 for 5. I think RPE 6. So we'll go ahead and start warming up, see how it's feeling. Got a little bit of sciatica, lower back pain, so I'm gonna try to balance that out. If I don't have to push it as much, we'll see. But the goal is 285 for 5, so let's go. This is one of my favorite things to start with the warm up, to get the hip flexors unlocked a little bit and just work on the depth. I saw Larry Wheels doing this actually a while ago, and I've adopted it ever since. All right. Shorts may be a bit of an issue today, but we'll see. Ooh. All right, and just keep working up 135. Lower back actually feels fine squatting, so I think we should be good, hopefully. So recently, as my squat numbers have been going up, I've been trying to skip 185 and go right from a plate to 2 plates. So I think that's what we're going to kind of try to keep doing. That way, especially as I get up to like 3 plus, 3.5 plates, I'm not just spending 5-6 sets warming up. So 225, go for like 4 to 5 maybe. So just whatever feels good. All right, and now 285 next. All right, 285, easy 5, RP 6. As Ronnie Coleman says, lightweight. Let's get it. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, that was good. I think that was definitely. Whoa. Yeah, I think that's definitely RP6. Moved pretty well. A little bit of cardio, more so just exhausted, but happy with that. So that'll be good going forward. Now we'll go into some back downs. Go down to 275 for 4 maybe, and see after that. So I think I kind of talked about this a little bit already, but when I do my back down sets, I usually don't do like any specific program back downs, where I know like some people do like their top set and then drop down like 45, 50 plus pounds for their back downs. I usually just drop down 5 to 10 pounds and do kind of the same rep that I was doing. So if I'm doing like, as I get further into this, I'm doing like 365 for 1. My next back down set will be like 345, 335 for 1. So I don't know if that's the wrong way to do it. Someone can let me know if they disagree, but that's how I've always done it. I feel like it helps prep my CNS for those heavier loads by doing more of them. So 275 for 4 to 5. Yep. That felt pretty good. One more set. Too lazy to take off the 25 and put on like 10 and 15. So I'll probably just do 275 for 3 and call it there. All right, hopefully the single is embodied, but last one. All right, that's a wrap on squats. Good first squat session of the block. So next week will be the first heavy single or double session. This is more of volume, then we'll go into heavy singles, doubles, and next time I see you guys will be deadlifts. So see you then. All right, so we got deadlifts today. First deadlift session of the block. You guys didn't see from my post, we just got ice cream for breakfast today, so stomach is a little full, but see how this goes. Should be pretty light. Got 365 for 4, which I think should be an easy RP6, which is what it's at. So get into it, get warmed up, and work up to that. Hopefully this wide angle shot doesn't look too bad, so I'll have to see when I go to edit. But really the only spot I can set up now and not be a huge inconvenience, so deal with it. $225, usually do this for like 3 or 4, and jump up to 275 for 1, and 1 the rest of the way up. Gotta get a little small plate to jack it up. So the rest of the way up will be just one. After this one, I'll probably toss on the belt for 315, and then 365 and 4 will obviously have the belt. But that felt good. One of the things I need to work on too is not using the belt too much so I can get my core strength back up. That's kind of one of the goals. I did that last week and actually tweaked my back a little bit, so that was not fun, but probably some of the back down start to do without the belt. I'm gonna try this one without chalk. Usually I do 315 and up with chalk, but I kind of also want to work on my grip strength, so see how this goes. Still gonna do a hook grip though. That was the issue because I just had the ice cream, my stomach's full, so my belt wasn't in the normal spot it should be. So we'll see. Oh yeah. All right, 365 for 4 should be good. Chalked up, got the belt. Let's get it. I moved pretty well. I just hate doing like more than like 2 reps without straps, but it'll be good for the grip strength, so take it. Back down, number 1, 335 or 345. Go for 4 again. What sucks about hook grip. Physically, I could do one more, but I feel like my thumbs would rip, and I'd rather not rip my thumbs right now, so take that and do straps for the next set. All right, last set, fast set. We're gonna get 315. We're gonna go with straps, but no belts. See what we can do. Last time I did this last week, I actually tweaked my back, so the goal is to not injure myself 2 weeks in a row. But that being said, let's see how this goes. All right. That felt good. Back felt good on that without the belt. So overall, first good week back at deadlifts. And that's a wrap on week 1 of the block. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see in addition to that. If you want to see meal prep, exercise tutorials, just split breakdowns, whatever. Keep on doing this moving forward, and I will see you guys next week.